We can't hear that, by the way.
I should have gone to the bathroom.
This is how we start a podcast.
Why do you have paper towels next to your computer? What do you do with those?
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About with Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. Quite frankly, we are going to talk about it all with an intro that is filled with sound effects.
Yeah, we're also going to talk, three of us. We have three people together, but it's not Lucky.
Yeah, we have a special guest who's making our third person in studio is Jim M from Ocean City, making a return appearance. This is his third this season.
Right.
I believe to be the case. Lucky is remote.
He's in war-torn
Howard
County, Maryland. Sorry, I had grad parties this weekend, and so I couldn't make it down to the beach, but it's good to be here, at least on the screen with you guys.
I thought all your kids had graduated.
Friends are graduating.
And that's more important than the podcast?
Well, I gotta keep myself, I gotta get a lot of constituents to keep happy.
All right.
Mr.
I know.
So,
lots of friends.
Constituents speak.
I'm out and about trying to promote the podcast too.
Excellent.
I mean, with trying to find some new audience.
Excellent.
So we were doing that in person last night, me and Mr. Fun. We were at the Boathouse.
Yeah.
Which was prefaced with, I've not spent any time this summer bellying up to the bar. That was Mr. Fun's text to me.
Yeah. I also went with the intention of watching the Knick game.
Yes.
And I woke up this morning going, "Who won the Knick game?"
So we mentioned Kevin P. From Dagsboro Shorewatch Management last weekend.
Yeah.
Kevin P. was there. A new person that Mr. Fun has met.
Bought me a shot.
Bill G., who is either in the government or witness protection, because he will not say what he does, and he doesn't want to be on the podcast.
Exactly.
It's one of those things.
What did he buy me? What shot was it?
It was called the Buttery Nipple.
Buttery Nipple, yeah.
Which is new, which was caramel schnapps. Does that sound right, Jim M.? I am thinking, and Bailey's.
I think it was new to your world.
I've
had
never.
many a buttery nipple in my life.
Yeah. Well, that's because of the popcorn incident.
What was that?
You and the manager.
Oh, yeah. No, it was nachos.
No, I'm talking when you ran naked.
Oh,
wasn't that the first buttery nipple incident?
The episode 2. I don't want to talk about it.
Here's something I want to throw out. Okay, whenever you're doing a shot at a place like the Boathouse, do you look around and see if anybody's looking at you and saying, "Why are those 58-year-old men doing shots?"
No,
that did not.
I never look around.
I
look at the shot. I stare it down, and I just.
So as we are making new friends and constituents, as Lucky would say, there were two women that walked up who were friends with Bill and Kevin, and so Mr. Fun meets them for the first time and comes out of the gate. What was the story?
Very nice lady. I say, do you have kids? And she goes, yeah. And I said, are they in college? And she goes, just graduated. And then she says, in fact, my daughter is moving to L.A. where she has a job doing film editing or something.
Media editing or something like that.
Yeah.
She's in college.
And I go, what, is she going to be a waitress?
Yeah.
And the girl didn't get it at first. The guy who was, I guess, hitting on her a little bit was flabbergasted that I insulted his woman.
No, he was impressed. He was
impressed.
just shocked that you said waitress right out of the gate for somebody that's trying to get their career started.
That was 3, Tito's and clubs with a lime.
Yes.
Because we couldn't drink Scotty's, although I always drink Scotty's.
They don't have Scotty's at the Boathouse.
They don't have, so I went to my far second choice of Tito's.
So there you go. So well, anyway, so we had a good time there. This morning, just to put a plug in for Sandy Pony Donuts.
Yes.
It was the only way to get Jim M from Ocean City in here was to bribe him with donuts.
Yeah, and I didn't want him to eat alone.
Yes.
So I had a donut as well.
Right. It made me make coffee. It's been full service here.
Right.
Mr. Fun, we're not doing the July 4th donut eating contest yet, okay?
Why? Oh, we're not doing it today, you mean?
Yeah.
It's June 1st.
Right, I'm practicing. I'm warming up.
Anyways, Rockfish let us in again with Chesapeake time. It was a miserably rainy weekend for most of the time here at the beach over the last several days, but it's supposed to be sunny, and it is Chesapeake time coming up this week. Where in the world is JK? He's in California, New Mexico, and Utah.
Wow.
He is everywhere. So I'm at a plains museum or something.
Wait, say it again. California,
New Mexico, and Utah. He's on the Western Swing this week. I think we confirmed last week. He confirmed the thing about the trailers. He came back after we poked fun at him a little bit. It's about a tax and registration free thing in Maine.
Right.
That's why you do it. So
I assumed.
But again, We're pleased to have Jim M here, who is now not only a resident of Ocean City, Maryland, he is the man.
Yeah.
In Ocean
Connected.
City. He is connected.
Right.
So we're going to talk about things related to Ocean City today that just aren't tourist things.
Yeah.
See, he wasn't ready for that.
Got to be prepared.
He's got to be prepared for that. So we've got Jim here, so we're excited about asking him some questions. I know he has some questions for Mr. Fun about his great weight loss of 2025, how that's going.
Yeah.
Because there were some questions last night that we were having independent of you.
Oh, yeah.
So
they talk about me when I'm not even there.
No, we were just
talk about
he
me.
was asking me questions about you, and I did not know the answer. And I figured we should ask you.
You want a joke of a day?
Straight from the horse's mouth. We're going to get to the joke of the day here in a minute, but if you'd like me,
I have one job.
Okay. Then what's the joke of the day?
Okay. So this guy walks into a bank and he says, "I'd like to open up a fucking checking account," and the teller's like, "Excuse me?" And he says, "I'd like to open up a fucking checking account." And she goes, "Hold on." And she gets her manager. The manager comes over and says, "Sir, how much money do you want to deposit with us today?" And he goes, 500,000. And he goes, "And this fucking bitch won't open up a fucking checking account for you?" That's my joke of the day.
Wow.
Good one.
Yeah. Okay. And he tried it out, as he does last night.
Right.
It
bombed there.
It was. Mrs. Fun stepped in and said, "You told it so much better earlier."
Yeah, I said it like that. She laughed. She appreciates my humor sometimes. Hey, I wrote a play about erectile dysfunction. It flopped and nobody came.
Oh,
Is that better?
That's good. That's good.
Good one.
That's probably better. So
More accurate.
But yeah, exactly. So, Lucky, what is going on?
What is going on? So a couple interesting things. So last week we talked about the new phenomena in asking ChatGPT, how hot am I? And just for those of you who are following along, the Washington Post the business section did a big story on that topic this morning in the Sunday paper. So I thought it was interesting. But a follow up to that. So as you remember, I put in how do I compare to other 55-year-old men? And it came back, I'm in the top 20%. Well, soon after the podcast taping last week, we did the same thing with Mr. Fun and Biff in terms of putting their pictures in. Mr. Fun is in the top 20% as well, but Biff, just by chance, happens to be in the top 5% of good-looking men.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think?
So for those of you who are following along,
I'd agree.
you get a general idea. Biff, I don't know. I can't remember what else it said about you. It said you were a sharp dresser.
And that was even with the white pants and pink belt,
Of course.
photo. See,
Of course. I like that they told me I have a fun uncle vibe.
yeah, that's right.
How did they know that? I'm proud of the fun uncle vibe.
Yeah. So anyway, so that a little bit of follow up, but all right. So we're apt to talk and imbibe and consume hot substances. We've had we eat like spicy things and these food challenges we do, etc. And I saw this case on this news article on Flamin' Hot Cheetos. There was a court case. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the impetus behind Flamin' Hot Cheetos came from an employee of Frito-Lay. His name was Richard Montez, and he basically was a janitor at the time at the company, and he was challenged by the company. Like the company as a whole said to all employees, "Hey, we're always looking for good ideas," and so what Richard and his wife did is they came up with a Cheeto that would be that the Latino community would like. So hence he came up with the recipe for Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So this janitor ascended to the vice presidency of multicultural marketing and sales at PepsiCo because of his ideas in terms of trying to open up different markets for Frito-Lay. Okay, so fast forward to today. This lawsuit was he sued Frito-Lay and PepsiCo because he claims that they didn't give him proper credit for founding Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And it came from a story. The LA Times did a story in 2021 that basically questioned his rags to riches story. in terms of him, starting off as a janitor, discovering Flamin' Hot Cheetos. It becomes a big success. He ascends to this vice presidency job at PepsiCo. But it's a really interesting story about like the origins of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, which is something I think we've had on the podcast a couple different times.
So what he is suing for what?
So the article written in 2021 about the LA Times was basically calling into question whether he was the actual founder of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Okay.
And Frito-Lay basically during this, the article came, and then they didn't really back him up. Frito-Lay didn't really back up that he and substantiate that he was the actual founder of the flavoring.
Right.
So he then sued the company, saying, "Hey, wait a minute. For a while you were saying I founded this." This awesome product. And now because LA Times is doing this investigation, you're now like sort of recanting. And basically he sued because he's claiming that they defamed him and hurt his career by denying his role in creating that popular snack.
So you read the article. Do you think there's some truth to the fact that it's not a rags to riches? It's not a janitor to the VP of multicultural marketing? What is your sense?
Some of the details are that like there were multiple channels within the company trying to discover, different flavors, and there was a huge R&D department, and basically Frito-Lay now is claiming, well, we're not really sure which one happened first. Did Richard bring this flavor to us, or did our R&D department develop it, or maybe they were in parallel? Who knows? Or happening at the same time. But this Richard Montez guy is saying, hey, wait a minute. You guys used to say I was the founder of this, and you leveraged it to basically continue, trying to leverage the Latino population to eat more Cheetos. So I don't know. Just
I thought when you started it, because I wasn't aware of it, I thought you were going to go down the path that he invented it or whatever it was, and he got a small amount of compensation. Let's just call it a few $1,000s for coming up with this, or some brilliant idea. And then now he wants more money. It's slightly different, obviously, as you're saying. It sounded like they actually gave him some form of compensation, which was a position, right? A high position, relatively speaking. And so it seems like he'd done all right. I've worked for corporations where if you come up with a nice idea that helps the company, it's the company's idea at the end of the day, right? That's their intellectual property.
This is absolutely captivating podcast stuff.
Yeah.
The way that you two have broken down the analysis of this it's riveting.
Well,
it's riveting. Same Hispanic guy, he says he invented a cheese dip, but Frito-Lay said that's nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. All right, Mr. Klein. Now,
bringing it back down to the level that it belongs.
Okay.
Mr. Smarty Pants, the National Spelling Bee was held this past week, the 100th anniversary of the Scripps Spelling Bee.
Right.
And the kid who won it finished, actually, he's a 7th grader. He's 13 years old. He's from Dallas. He finished 2nd place last year. So let's see, Mr. Fun, if you can spell, how close you can get to spelling the winning word.
Snuffleupagus.
Okay.
So, by the way, I want to hear him say the word because I've seen it now.
Eclaircissement.
Country of origin?
Can you use it in a sentence?
French. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
My eclaircissement.
My eclaircissement.
Yeah, this eclaircissement is really...
Say it again. I don't think he even said it.
Eclaircissement is when a Danish sits on the counter too long. It becomes eclaircissement.
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Something to do with semen.
Oh, sorry. Are there any alternative pronunciations?
Clearing up something obscure.
Clearing up something obscure
like
is
your
the definition.
humor. We could use Mr. Fudd's humor in this word.
Eclair.
Okay, you got that right.
Eclair. CECEMENT.
You were right on the MENT. You were the last 5 letters before that. You got out of whack.
Well, I didn't understand when he used it in a sentence. It was very confusing to me.
ECLAIRCISSEMENT was the winning word this year.
Let me ask you a question. I've obviously never watched anybody spell anything, but during the tournament, is it the winning word because like the person who was standing said that word, or did several people get it wrong before?
No,
Like-
they each get different words,
Right.
as they get to the end. And if you miss your word, but the next word comes up and that person gets it, they continue on.
Okay.
So they
But
don't
you have to spell a
the same
word to win it, though. So you don't get it by default. Say there's two of you, and
Right.
the other person gets a word. You've got to then spell another word,
right.
right? I believe that
Yeah.
to be the case. Is that correct? Mark?
Hey,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
see the? Oh no, we'll move on to something else.
Okay.
Okay.
You give a shit about the
No, I
flaming
was going to say.
Cheetos
I was
story.
going to say there was a trans high jumper in California.
California won the
They
state
have
championship.
They have a new rule where she couldn't continue to. It was a 3-way tie.
Okay.
So it was a 3-way tie. So they capped that athlete at the top height.
Right.
And then two women got that height. And so they gave out 3 gold medals. So the California has determined I don't know if I know the law, but they couldn't crown that athlete as the number 1 high jumper in California. They had to share the first place.
Is this because they're trying to stay within the bounds of the federal law?
I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that.
Okay.
I just read
Probably.
it. Yeah. But they didn't want it to be obvious that person had a competitive advantage, I guess. So making that athlete a co-winner was their solution.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, a couple other quick things. So I saw this new syndrome out there that we all need to be careful of, that we're not getting a new affliction. It's called app winning syndrome.
Wow. Biff is in total confusion. It's off script.
No,
Yes.
no, it is. I see it now. It says app winning philosophy on my notes. I was like, the syndrome is the new part. I didn't like that. He kind of threw me off.
Got it.
It's basically, okay, so we all have, mobile phones now, and there's different apps and different things we look at every single day. It's an addiction where relative to, feeling accomplished or rewarded by, achieving something within a specific app.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, if you're doing Wordle or you're doing different, trivia things. Oh, this is the 75th day that you've done it, and your average score has been blah, blah, blah. These apps are now, causing addiction by putting these gamification things in there. And so it's just something to be aware of, because, like, there's a couple things I do every single day now because I just want to keep the streak going. I don't know, Biff, I know you play a lot of the online games with a bunch of people.
So it's funny you say that. So Rob G from Severna Park and Face and I are on it. We play 3-word games every day. We do this whole thing. And you guys have all played Wordle at some point?
Yep.
Right.
Never.
You've never played Wordle?
Never.
Oh, we're going to talk about Fireball either. He's got a real problem with Fireball. Apparently
Is that a game?
No, meaning the drink.
Oh, okay.
He really hates it.
Okay.
So we'll come back to that. But anyway, so Face comes out the other day. This was been Thursday. He gets Wordle in 1.
Wow. I don't know I don't know what that means.
Meaning
Do you
got
get
it in
one
guess.
letter to start with?
No, you get a blank screen. You guess 5 letters. It's a 5-letter word.
That's it.
And he gets it in, again, out of all the words in the
He
English
chose
language.
Is
the 5-letter
there a
word.
hint?
No, there's no hint. It's just a blank screen. So he gets it in 1.
How the hell?
And I get the word in 4, and the word is idiom, IDIOM. I
he's
go
got
back to
5
Face. I go back to Face. I'm like, there's no way you got that in 1.
Yeah.
Nobody starts with idiom, because
Right.
if you know Wordle, it's that is 3 vowels.
You'd have
It's
to be
sort
an
of-
idiom to.
Yeah, that's right. So we
Remember
had
that?
this whole controversy about it.
Because it's got vowels in it.
Right. So, anyways, the long story short is that we find out that Face's wife was doing Wordle, and she let on that she had these 2 letters in the right place or something like that. It must have been the
He
I and the
cheated.
O.
He lied to his friends.
He
Insider
he had insider information, so
Yeah.
we got into this whole back and forth, which was funny. And then it went on. Rob G went on ChatGPT and came up with the new rules that Face had to sit out for the next week and can't play the
Nice.
game. So it's going back to Lucky's point. You do get competitive, but why is it no different than being sporting competitive? If you go out and go for a run or you row, Jim, do you want to better your time?
No.
Well, okay, but sometimes you measure, you track it. You want to make sure you're performing at some level.
I watch TV.
What is wrong with you? Okay, just join
just
us in the
watch TV.
podcast. Work with me on this.
No, I don't even look at the screen.
But Lucky runs. Do you try to, when you run, do you have a time in mind? It's what's wrong? What is wrong with you?
When I
people?
run-
I am not the only person that wants to be better than the last time I performed at something.
Right.
And
Now,
why
when
is
I-
that different than an app?
You're addicted. You're addicted to do it. No, the point of the syndrome is the addiction of making sure you do it every day. Like, wouldn't you feel? How would you feel if you decided, for some reason, couldn't do Wordle that day? Wouldn't you feel some kind of loss?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because but I get it, but I don't. And I have done those games where you do want to make sure you don't lose. Wordle's got 6 guesses, and you want to see if you can continue on. I've felt that way before, but I don't.
Doesn't seem like we're getting along today. Nobody's agreeing. It's getting a little hostile.
The syndrome is just coming onto the scene. They're still doing analysis and research. Whether we are impacted by it or not, I don't know. But keep an eye out for it. Okay. Okay. And then a couple other quick things. So June 1st, new Maryland laws kick in. So today, June 1st, is 83 new laws in the state of Maryland are kicking in. The most important of which is Orange Crush is now the Maryland state cocktail. There's a law passed. So moving forward, it's the official cocktail of the state of Maryland.
Nice.
Following Delaware's implementation of said rule last year.
Is it?
Yeah, remember that was the whole controversy.
Yeah.
That Delaware was making Orange Crush the state drink.
I like Orange Crushes.
So
I like all crushes. I do.
All right.
You have a crush on crushes.
I wanted to get Jim M's opinion on this. So on Monday, so tomorrow, the Ocean City City Council is voting to implement an immediate ban of tents and certain size canopies on the beach in Ocean City, which it's pretty controversial. So I don't know, Jim, you got any inside baseball on how the city council is going to vote on that one?
No, that one kind of got by me. I'm for them not being up front. I think that they should be allowed back by the berm. You should be able to set up your nomad tent, but not blocking your view.
That's a great idea.
But is it about view blocking, or is it about just square footage of beach space being taken?
Viewshed.
I
I think that's the word. Viewshed.
Viewshed is a word?
I think it might be now.
That's going to be next year's spelling
Right.
bee. Viewshed.
Wordle. That'll be the Wordle that face gets in one.
So it sounds like the city council is going to vote this in, and basically what it'll mean is any banning tents, so structures with sides. They don't want that, and they don't want the big canopies. They want them behind the lifeguard stand, and they're only 10 by 10 size is the maximum, and they can't have their structures extend out beyond the 10 by 10 status. So strings that keep the things up, and they need to be 3 feet apart. So they feel like these changes are going to basically make the beach experience that much better in Ocean City, Maryland. So we'll see.
I actually don't have a problem with it.
No, I'm for it. Dewey's been having the problem. You guys on iDewey on Facebook?
No.
Oh, yeah. Get on that group. There's this one guy, they talk about tents all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, because here in Bethany Beach, I think they've got to be back. I think they do.
You don't stay in a tent. You don't go to the beach and stay in a tent.
Well, it's not a tent.
And that comes from a guy who doesn't go out in the sun very often.
In particular, we're talking about pop-ups, right? The ones
Right.
that you would put at the side of a soccer game.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Put those
the
in the
main
back.
issue is that.
Put
And
those
then
in the
they've got
back.
the sail ones, right? Which are the ones that use air to make the covering.
Yeah, the only excuse for a tent is when you got a baby and you got to hide it from the sun.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Go back to the berm.
Yeah, go
I mean,
back
if you
to
want
the
to be in the
berm.
tent, you're not. Yeah.
What's your guys' opinion on setting them up and then leaving them, which
No.
is another?
You leave it, I'm taking it down.
Well, we did that.
I'm pulling out the stakes.
No, Lucky's he's a big proponent of getting up early to go stake your claim,
Yeah.
right, and then
Yeah.
go back, have your coffee, and then go back out, right?
Yeah, but some people don't ever come out. Like they don't. Maybe they come out for little bits at a time. They're
Yeah.
just capturing real estate.
Yeah.
What is the
The-
word again?
Rule will
Viewshed.
say that you
Viewshed.
can't set them up until 10 a.m.
Okay.
If they can't be unattended before then. So if they're set up early, like what I like to do, and you're not there when the lifeguard shows up at 10, you're not there I'm not sure what he's going to do.
I think this is like a 90-10. Like 90% of the people would vote for that rule. And the 10% of the goofy tent putter-uppers are going to be outraged.
This will do better than the rental housing one.
What's that one?
The rental housing one where they limited you can't rent for less than 30 days in the R1 and mobile home districts. Everybody rebelled against that one, but they probably won't rebel against this one.
I thought you were going to say a week, 30 days.
30 days. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
That is.
Oh, no, I'm for it.
So,
and then finally on my list, from the what am I watching category, I just finished the 5-part series of it's called Sirens on Netflix.
I'm watching it now.
I'm watching it now. Don't give it away.
No, I won't. I'm not giving anything away, but just a huge plug for it because I think it's a very well done little series that Netflix has out. It has Kevin Bacon and Julianne Moore as they play co-stars in the series, but Megan Fahey and Millie Alcock are they're two sisters, and basically the theme or the premise of this series is they're on it's one weekend at a lavish beach estate, and it's all this interesting intrigue and adventure happens with these characters. So totally worth it. It's based on a 2011 play, but it's really a good watch. So for those of you who are contemplating something to look at on Netflix, I would highly encourage you guys to watch.
I'm going to dig a little deeper. I noticed common theme when Lucky refers shows, they always have like a hot actress in the show. Who do you have your eye on, Lucky? Is anybody in Sirens?
Megan Fahey and Millie Alcock do have there's some sexual stuff in there, incisive, sexy, and darkly funny exploration of women, power, and class. There's, blowjob scenes and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right on the boat right there, huh?
Yeah.
She wanted to smoke. I got to have something in my mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only reason to buy a boat, apparently.
Yeah.
Princess Rhaenyra, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the sisters.
What's happening? What is happening here, Biff?
Well, Jim and I were talking about this last night when we were having cocktails, and he mentioned that there's one of the female leads. When you see the promos, she looks like she's 12 years old.
Yeah,
she's a blonde.
So much
girl.
happening.
I don't know which girl. One of the actresses he just named is
Millie Alcock.
Yeah. So and so right out of the gate, and Jim goes, it's a Game of Thrones spinoff or House of Dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah. So that's apparently
she was on.
She was
Princess
apparently
Rhaenyra, the blonde.
Oh yeah. Who's got like an English accent, right?
She could be English.
That she could be. Yeah. Interesting. You know, I applied for a new job milking cows. It said I had to play well with other udders. Play well with udders.
If only you hadn't said other udders. As your
with others.
Hey, Jim, so you know, Missy Alcock is 25 years old.
I know. I looked it up yesterday. I was surprised.
Yeah.
She does look so young.
This thing has legs.
Yeah.
Because she's the guy that she's with in the show. He looks older.
He is older.
Yeah. And those eyes are kind of freaky, too.
He's the guy who owns the boat.
Yes.
See?
Yeah, you got it.
See?
So, Jim, I alluded to it earlier, and we're going to explore the Fireball issue. So, Jim has a real problem with Fireball.
Okay.
Never had it.
Oh.
Completely against it.
Yeah.
And and then you dig a little further, you find out it has something to do with cinnamon liqueurs. There are things that
I'm
are
not sure that is.
Well, I know, but you were anti-Goldschlager. You were anti.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So what's the issue with Fireball?
I think it's just stupid. I think it's a stupid, sticky, cinnamony drink that if you want to do shots, go old school. Do, tequila, Jägermeister.
Is there a syndrome for this? Fear of Fireball?
Irish stuff you drink.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Oh, Shanky's Whip.
Shanky's Whip, but not for shots. I mean, that's Jameson's. Jameson's all the way.
We shot a whole bottle of it with Mr. Fun's kids last summer.
Yeah.
Put hair on their chest.
Yeah. But never Fireball. And Goldschlager's the same thing. You had Jägermeister. Why'd you go Goldschlager? It's just a stupid drink.
Mr. Fun, are you Fireball?
I used to not like it. I may have been. I may have been more like examining the taste and saying it's just not. It wasn't enjoyable for me. But since I've transitioned to, it gets you drunk. I like it. I like it now.
It is one of the marketing. Whether it was the 2020s, whenever it came out, Fireball. It's a case study in how you can take what is a cinnamon liqueur or whatever and make a lot of money just by marketing it
as a shot.
As a shot.
Yeah.
And they did quite well. And that guy's moved on to other brands.
That worked on me. Because I didn't like it at first. And now I'll have buy me one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So Jim, why do you? Okay, so you're a proponent of it. Why or an opponent of it? Why would you? Why? I mean, people love it. Like, why do you think people enjoy it?
I'm an Android user.
Okay,
stubborn as fuck, right?
Yeah, that's Android. Right. That may be the best analogy ever as to why that is. So, but so what's going on in Ocean City? Plug the website for the bands.
If you go on Facebook and you just search OC Beat, and then you go to the link that says featured, there will always be a spreadsheet of where the bands are, who's playing where.
And there's probably 30, 40 bands a night, right?
Probably 50 locations, probably. Yeah, you're going to get a lot.
Wow. So it's good because we were thinking about going to see live music last night, and I called the encyclopedia over here, and he knew what was playing where. So it was something we don't have anything like that up here in Bethany.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, they had a lot. Yesterday started at the Angle. You work your way back up.
So what is the great weight loss?
Yeah.
So Jim had a question. Once Ozempic, always Ozempic?
Yeah, that's my problem. So I think I told you guys, they start out with really small dosages and they say, are you okay? You have any side effects? And then they increase it. Well, I went from 10, which was the initial dose, to 20 to 40.
Now, does the cost go up incrementally?
You're using your bottle faster because you're still doing
the cost does go up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're using more.
Yeah. So I stopped at 40. I called my doctor and I said, I don't want to, how high do people go? And he goes, 100, 120, whatever you need to basically wipe out your appetite. And I was like, wow. And he goes, why are you stopping at 40? And I said, I just don't want to get to a point where I can't come off of it. And he goes, that's bullshit. He goes, lose the weight, lose 40 pounds. And then we'll worry about, if you have a desire to stop doing it, you weaning yourself off, increasing your exercise. See, it's all this weird stuff, though, because if you exercise, you're hungry. The whole drug makes your brain say, I'm not hungry. So you don't want to increase your exercise during this. And it's a little bit weird in my head. If I jacked it up to 100, I could go days without eating. And I would lose a shitload of weight really fast. But for some reason in my head, I don't want to do this for life. So I stopped at 40. And
what's the difference in price per month for you if you're taking dosages of 40 milligrams versus 100 milligrams?
I haven't done the math, but you're paying, it's not as much as I'm paying $200 a capsule, whatever you call it. And I'm currently getting a month out of that. So it's $200 a month, but if I double it, then it's $400 a month.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. Yeah. So, and these people are doing 100. They're probably doing, $1,200 a month or something like that. So yeah.
So there's the thought, going back to your mindset, you're worried about taking it and having it all the time. I mean, like forever.
Yeah, I am. And I don't know if that's right. Again, according to my doctor, he's like, well, this isn't the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to lose the weight as fast as you can, then worry about keeping it off.
Okay.
Because I've somewhat plateaued.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not losing weight like I was.
Is that because of the season? Not to be funny.
No,
because you're back to drinking a bit more and
there were times though when I first got on it, I couldn't imagine. It's so weird. I couldn't imagine putting another piece of food in my mouth.
Really?
Yeah, and now I eat. Yeah.
But it doesn't suppress your thirst? No,
it does. You don't want to eat. They give this to people who are, obviously, it was invented for, help me out. Diabetes. And so those people would stop eating sugary foods. But they say that people who are addicts, whether it's drugs or they have a problem with alcoholism, this can help them.
Right.
Because you don't feel like, contrary to what happened last night, you don't feel like drinking as much when you do this.
So Mr. Fun, you said you've plateaued, but you're going to still continue to take 40 milligrams. Why wouldn't you take the approach of upping it to 100, getting to a weight you can probably get off of the medicine sooner?
It's a great question. One to ponder.
Okay.
I don't know.
here. Dr. Lucky giving you.
Yeah. Well, but I want to change my lifestyle. Like, ideally, I watch what I eat and I start exercising. And so I don't know if I got to lose the next 30 pounds and then start that, or can I start it now? It's very confusing.
Now, have you done blood work? Have you had your vitals taken recently? Is it working? Meaning, like, has your blood pressure down, your cholesterol down?
No, it hasn't affected any of
it doesn't really. Okay,
yeah,
that's interesting.
It just makes you eat less. So, in my case,
I'm going to segue into to Jim M on sort of, if you can talk about it. So. Near the boathouse, they knocked down the Walgreens, I think it was, right? And they put in a Sensations, which are a dime a dozen down in Ocean City, and the first one in Bethany. And then they put this place called Sugar Planet, which just to me is the worst name ever.
Yeah, we've got two of them down in Ocean.
All right, so I guess my question to you is, does the city look at certain businesses and say, we don't want any more, or is there a limit to certain things in Ocean City where they just think it's bad for the community?
I don't think so. I think that
besides
we don't want the pot shop. So
want pot shops.
With the dispensary, we didn't want the dispensary,
right?
But they just opened a second 420 mega smoke shop where you can buy all the bongs and all the paraphernalias.
And they don't want crude things on T-shirts down on the boardwalk.
No crude things on T-shirts.
Right? And are you the crude thing T-shirt monitor? Do you have to go down?
I'm one of them. Yeah,
you are.
Yeah, no, I can be. Yeah, we all can. The police are too.
What was one that you just name some that? Even though you had to shut it down, you thought it was very creative.
Well, MILF Dilf.
Oh, that's a crude.
MILF Dilf, yep. Haktua.
It's got that shirt, by the way, I think, somewhere.
I shaved my balls for this.
That's good.
Yeah.
But and again, how does Bearded Clam get away with their name?
I'm not going to talk about it.
It's
an institution.
Is that?
Yeah.
It's an institution.
So, they got rid of Haktui shirts.
Haktua.
Right, whatever.
Right.
Come on.
It's all in thinking you want Ocean City to be family friendly. You want to be able to bring your kid down the boardwalks, strolling and skipping, and not look over and see, dirty T-shirts, and
not get run over by the tram coming through.
Right. But we cannot control political speech or marijuana. So those will always be on display.
But do those rules only apply, say, down on the boardwalk? Like if the aforementioned Sensations was selling those T-shirts inside up on 100 and whatever the street, do you have the same issue?
You can sell it. You just have to face it inward. And this is the ordinance is outdoor display. So where they put their T-shirts out on the edge of the boardwalk.
Gotcha.
Wow,
that's interesting. See,
yep.
You learned something.
That's a violation of my First Amendment rights. I would like to.
Has there been a flare up in the topless sunbathing after the lawsuit a couple of years ago?
No, I think they should have that as much as they want.
Right. I might start going topless.
Oh no, there should be a control on that.
They're going to bring back you're going to be able to bring the coverings back to the front of the beach. If that's what the
That guy can stay in a 12-foot tent if he wants.
View shed.
Viewshed, right?
A viewshed.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Mr. Fun, we are creeping closer.
We can't be.
Yes, we can.
I have so many.
We can do it. While you're dialing back up your memory bank, a couple shout outs to people that have been listening to the podcast. April B, related to Skip, who we have talked about previously, has been listening. So shout out to her on that. Kevin P again, which we are going to have on. We got to figure out when. Something about he's going to be which Mr. Fun's going to have a lot of fun with. U.S. Open. I want to do something around the U.S. Open because he's worked at championship golf courses. I'm going to have to
drink during that. I'm going to have to drink.
That's okay. We will do that, though. We will have him on, though, for sure. So, Mr. Fun, while I vamped.
Yeah, so this guy, he's an inventor, and he dabbles, with stuff in his basement. He comes up with it. He thinks it's the $1 million invention. It's a magic penis. And he comes upstairs and he tells his wife that I invented the magic penis. It uses AI technology. And but you have to give it a command. You have to say, magic penis, my pussy. And it'll fly across the room. And it'll give you more pleasure than you've ever had in your entire life. And he goes to the store, and his wife can't help it. She goes downstairs to see what he's invented. And there on the work table is a giant. She questions it. It's gigantic. It's long. It's thick. And she turns it on. Starts to vibrate. She walks across the room. She removes her clothing and says, magic penis, my pussy. And it flies across the room and starts penetrating her in a way that gives her so much pleasure, but also a little bit of she's worried. She's motionless. She can't reach it to turn it off, and she has orgasm after orgasm. I forgot to tell you that this is actually Biff's neighbor, and so Biff is out tending to his tomatoes, and he hears her groaning, moaning, and he thinks something's wrong. So he runs over to the house and he opens the door, and he hears her down in the basement, and she's like, "Help me, help me!" And he runs downstairs. He goes, "What's going on?" And she said, "It's this magic penis." And Biff goes, "Magic penis, my ass."
Oh, run!
Thank you for allowing me to be, pardon the pun, the butt of the joke.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. So
White
good.
pants and all.
Yeah,
Does that go in the category of the pegging jokes?
It could be. Put it in that category.
yeah, thank you. So, Lucky, how do they get a hold of us?
Well, if they see us on the street, they see a top 5% guy wearing white pants, they know who to come up to.
Yeah.
They see a couple top 20 guys, look like uncles and whatever else we look like. But if you wanted to send us an email, talkabout2023@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
I enjoyed having Jim here. He laughed at my jokes, which most of them, which I appreciate.
I cringed. You can't hear the cringe.
He also, when I showed up today, I had my towel in hand and swim trunks because I plan on going to the sauna after this. And there he was unloading his vehicle with all sorts of manly stuff. He's doing a little bit of work around the house.
around here, we are still working on the shower.
It was
here, the outdoor
intimidating.
shower.
It was intimidating. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it made me feel.
You can stick around.
Yeah.
And
There's no shot of that. There's no... Send me pictures.
Well, good. Well, anyways, Jim, thanks for joining us. You'll hear Jim in a matter of moments as we do the outro because the guest also has to do part of the outro here.
Right.
So you get to contribute to that. But anyways, it's been good seeing you guys. Lucky, wish you were here in front of us, but we will be in person, I think, next week. I believe so. I'm going to be over on the Western Shore, as they say here.
Okay.
Mainland?
The mainland.
Are you doing it at Lucky's?
Probably, is my guess,
Nice.
as we will do it there. So anyways, until we do it again next week, let me just say goodbye. All right. So here we are.
We're back.
We're back.
Cucumbers again.
No.
Like, how did this come up?
No.
The cucumbers?
We are
'Cause
cucumber free.
Mrs. Biff said she really enjoyed the witty back and forth about how much it would cost to eat a cucumber that's been up your butt. Right?
You eating one that was up your rear. Okay, so we're going to move off of that.
It was $105.
Oh, yeah, okay, it was $105.
I'm bringing $105 down with you the next time I see you, Mr. Fun.
That was a joke. I would need at least 107.
The difference between a buttery nipple and a slippery nipple.
Yeah.
What?
Sambuca or butterscotch schnapps.
Oh, it's butterscotch schnapps.
Or butter versus Vaseline.
Slippery
Slippery is
Sambuca, which I don't think I'd enjoy.
That's black licorice, right? Sambuca. Mm-hmm. We've had that discussion too. The Ouzo, Sambuca, Jaeger.
Yeah.
I don't like any of those.
When we do the 4th of July eating challenge, hopefully Jim can be here and he'll have to finish. If we are able to finish everything within the allotted time,
12-12-12?
he has to do a hot. He has to.
We got to do something else.
He has to do one of those shots. What are they again?
We have to come up with a new challenge. That's actually what the listeners should be
I'll work on that.
Yeah, let's work on a challenge. So, Jim, this is the outro. And there's one.
Goodbye.
Nope.
We never.
I'm never going to be invited again.
We never say goodbye.
Well, you'll always have a seat here because up here we can't fill it
Welcome
out.
to it. He thanks the listeners.
You thank the listeners.
Yep.
Could
Once
do that.
again. And
Thank you. Thank you for
and-
listening.
And
Usually with more than one word or two.
and we look forward to having you join us again next week.
We'd like to thank you all for listening, and we hope to have you back next week
Right? When we talk about
everything,
anything.
anything.
We'll talk about it all. You're very good.
They talk about it all.
Well, you're very good. So,
And
all right.
Rob's joke of the day.
Podcasting here. What the hell's going on, Jim? Come on, liven it up.
Yeah, that's actually this is a tryout. You've done well.
Yeah.
I told him last night. I said I got nothing to say. I got no opinions on anything.
Next time Lucky doesn't come down, we just won't invite him.
Yeah.
We'll just have Jim.
All right. Okay. Again, we never say goodbye.
Never.
Just see you next time.
Couple of friends come floating by my dock. By morning my head's a gonna rock. take it slow, take it easy. Both good friends of mine. Brother,